Where should we begin? I mean, I think that, one of the ironies I find is that something that's non-fungible is meant to be scarce, it's meant to be unique, it's meant to engender trust. But lots of people want to use these tokens as pseudo-currencies. And the moment it becomes a currency, it's suddenly fungible. You know, it's supposed to be non-fungible, guys, right? So a purely non-fungible utility token is entirely legal. But the moment you start trying to turn it and trade it as if it's a currency, that's when, you know, the popo will come after you, right? So you really need to be thinking about what you're doing and try to think forward rather than backward engineer it. Another issue I would say is in relation to rights. From a rights perspective, the rights in an NFT are entirely separate to the rights in IP. You can own the rights in the token in the same way that I can own a pair of Nikes, yet I have nothing to do with the Nike brand. That distinction is often failed to be made and accentuated as well. So we all have to get better at being able to explain what is digital value going forward and how do we make sure that you get people. And frankly, you need the right lawyers to do that as much as you do the right people, because so many people will just say, no, you can't do that. No, that's our IP. The idea you're talking about people being able to design their own liveries for a premier car brand mark, you know, someone in marketing will go like this without realizing here is an opportunity to accentuate the brand and actually monetize it in a way you've never done it before.
Upland, we are basically building an economy ground up, and everything we cast, every new feature, every new value has an entire ecosystem around it that empowers the community and the participants to not just extract entertainment value out of it, but also participate in the whole value creation and extraction system. So, you know, things like, for example, we started with car manufacturing, right? And we are working to enable everybody to be able to establish their own car brands in the metaverse and not just bring the brands in. So we look at things as though the brands are here to basically empower, to create the trust, to kind of like jumpstart everything, but we want everybody to be able to participate in also creating their own value. So you can imagine either brands that don't create cars in the real world, maybe they now are able to launch their own car brands in the metaverse, or ordinary people just establishing a car brand and then kind of like building value around it. You know, this is the first time I've heard about Holoride. I don't know if you've heard about Upland before that, but you start, suddenly it hits the spot, right? You have this technology of like passenger experience in a car. You have this metaverse that is mapped, that the magic of it is basically it's mapping to the real world. And now, for the first time, only because these two experiences exist and become a reality, you can be a passenger in a car, put on a headset, and now you're driving in the Upland metaverse. And you're looking around you and you're saying, and this is the starting point for a lot of development that could go in and casting experiences and utility that combines both of these technologies. So how amazing are we like to live through these times of like technological progress and make all these things soon to be a reality. So that's pretty much amazing. And then the glue that will put everything together are the communities. So it's going to be the Holoride community meeting the Upland community, cross-pollinating, creating values for each other, and everything served through what is critically to be an open metaverse.
Basically, you take a device, a personal device, VR goggles, our application will be installed of it, you put it on in the car, and it automatically synchronizes the motion and the location of the car with the content being displayed. So you're literally driving through the metaverse and making use of the physics and the location where the car is traveling. And you can imagine all types of content that are in sync with the motion of the car. And it hopefully turns every dull ride into a thrill ride.